Africa, tujikaze, tujikaze, America, tujikaze, tujikaze, jikaze.
You are listening to African Father in America podcast by Simon Javan Okelo, live from Seattle, Washington, USA.
Thank you so much for joining us for another amazing episode of the America podcast. I am here live on YouTube, and we're also live on Clubhouse. My name is Simon Javan Okelo, and I am the host of the African Father in America podcast. We do this program Monday to Friday every week, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we bring an African proverb with a few tips, a few things that you can learn from this African proverb. But Wednesdays are special because our special guest is a poet who takes these proverbs and turns them into a poem. I'm really also excited that Simply E has joined us on Clubhouse, and we are going to invite our community members to join us over there, in just a moment as we begin our session today. So, Chioma, how are you doing? How are you doing today?
I am good. I'm happy to be back. I know last week we had an outage, so I was I missed it, even though I was so ready. So yeah, I'm just happy to be back in the space, and I'm really excited about this proverb. This is such a good proverb. So yeah, I'm excited about it, and also nice to see Simply E. How are you, Simply E?
Peace. I'm well. I'm also happy to be back in this space. Hi, Shioma. Hi, Simon.
Hi, Simply. It's just wonderful to have you here. And hi, Roger. Thank you for being here. And hello, Miles. Thank you for joining us as well. We are talking about a Kenyan proverb. And I am originally from Kisumu, Kenya. This is a beautiful proverb. It says that the sun does not refuse to shine on a village just because it is small. The sun does not refuse to shine on a village just because it is small. When you hear this proverb, what comes to your mind? I want you to think about that. But quickly, I want to introduce our guest today. Chioma Sheri is a writer, creator, leader, and just a wonderful human being to be around and to meet. So, I've been able to host you as a guest on this show many times, but I was also a student at one of your sessions recently, which we are going to talk about later today, the creator in you. I really loved it. Yeah. So the structure,
Coming through.
of course. I made time. I was like, I can't miss this. I can't miss this. So I just thank you for the courage. It's not easy to do such things, Yeah. So we'll talk more about that in a moment, though. While I just share a few tips with our guests, that we have 3 tips that my team and I gathered for you in regards to this proverb that I want you to just pay attention to before we start learning about Chioma's perspective on this proverb, what her interpretation of this proverb is. We will also hear, a story from Chioma's childhood that was inspired by, or that this proverb reminds her about. And then
I actually have one today.
I like that. I like that. You're ready today.
Yeah.
Anyhow, you're always ready. Then we will learn about, what do you feel that was your biggest accomplishment with the creator in you? I feel that it's such a necessary workshop or program, or I want to know what you really want to call it, but I felt like it was a gathering.
Yeah, I think that's how I wanted it to feel, like a gathering. So it was kind of called a workshop, but I wanted it to feel very much like a gathering. For me, there was a lot of things that I took away. So it was really interesting because we had an intimate amount of people who signed up, but not everybody who signed up was able to come. And then people, came early, had to leave early. Then there's some people who came late. So the numbers were shifting. And I feel like this proverb really speaks to that, because like I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this regardless of who shows up. Like my one friend, we were talking, I was like, if it's just me and you, oh, we doing it. You know what I mean? And so I think I was just grateful for the fact that I did it, but also really just grateful for the impact that it had that I did not know it would have. Like one of my friends was like, I don't really write, and like doing this was so surprising to me. I was surprised by what it brought up. Another friend was like, oh my goodness, I really needed that, and it's actually using like two of the poems that they wrote in that session in a chat book that they're publishing. And I was like, what? And then another friend was like, Chioma, I was just having like a bad day, and like this was really like what I needed. And so like stuff like that mean something, and like I don't take that lightly. So I was just like really grateful that like it could be that for people. So those are some of like the biggest things for me, was like you just don't know the power of what it is that you're sharing, even if it's just for one, two people, or a few. Like you don't know the impact that it could have.
I agree, and that's why I do this daily African Proverbs room every day.
Simon,
Yeah, because
I was thinking of that. I was like,
yeah.
look, you do it every day, no matter who shows up. And like it speaks so much to this proverb. And like I love that about you, like your consistency. And you really give like your all no matter who's like in the room. So I really appreciate that.
It's true, man. And just to give our audience members a little context, but also to involve you, there are a couple of things that everyone in the room could do to help. I want Simply E to help just share how everyone in the room on Clubhouse and also on YouTube can be involved as we begin our session today. Simply E.
Oh yeah, one of the things that I enjoy about African Father in America is the fact that you're on YouTube right now. And not a lot of people take advantage of the fact that they can reach a wide range of people. And not only that, but something that's meaningful. So if you're enjoying this space as much as I do, because I love this space, this is a special space for me. And then when you think about tribe and you think about the people around you, you want to surround yourself with people who are in a great space as well, who are in the same mindset or could be, right, a great asset to that space. And so I always encourage people, when you're in something that you like or you're somewhere that you like, bring the tribe with you. So if you can think of someone who would enjoy this space, who would love to be in this space right now, who could hear something that's meaningful, powerful, or could contribute, invite them in. Invite them into Clubhouse. Invite them on YouTube. If you're in the YouTube space and you want to check out the Clubhouse space, come over next time. If you're in the Clubhouse space and you want to see what the YouTube side looks like, go over there. And then there's the Twitter, right? So then there's tweets as well, and IG, where you can actually see the proverb early in the morning. So I just encourage you, if this is a space that you love, and I'm pretty sure it is, if you're in here listening, you definitely want to share it in the best way that's comfortable for you, so that you can have the people around you also be sown into, as well. So just wanted to say that. And like I said, this is a gem for me. This is a space that I hold sacred in my heart. And yeah, if you feel the same way, do the same thing. Thank you, Simon.
Thank you so much, Simply E. I'm grateful. Just for your presence as well. I know that, you have been going through a few things. So I just want you to know that I've been thinking about you, and I hope that, your everything is going to be fine and that you're doing great. Now, to bring us back to our conversation, I really want you to pay attention to what Simply he had to say in regards to how you can support, share, and let's build our little village. When you think about success, and how many people always strive for more, today's topic is really, really important, because sometime when you're satisfied by just the little let's talk about this space. When you're satisfied by this moment, this little space where we are in, some people might think that, what's wrong with this Simon? What is he doing in this little room with these few people, or in this, why is he recording a podcast episode at 6 a.m. in the morning every day, Monday to Friday? And, it might be a while before people realize that you are almost recording 300 episodes of podcasts in less than 2 years, and you're bringing communities together in massive ways, in ways that you can't even do in person, and with very minimal resources. And that you are, it's something that you cannot explain to someone. So this proverb is very, very close to home. It says, that the sun does not refuse to shine on a village just because it is small. So here are 3 things that I want you to consider as we begin our conversations. The first one, contentment can breed success. Many successful people attribute their accomplishments to being content with what they have. Complacency can lead to stagnation and a lack of progress. Number 2, being content allows you to focus on the positive aspects of your life, which can give you the drive to continue working hard. Complacency breeds negativity and a sense of entitlement, which can prevent you from achieving your goals. And then number 3 is being content allows you to live in the present moment and enjoy life's simple pleasures. Contentment is a state of mind that can be cultivated through practice. The more content you are, the happier and successful you will be. I don't know what you all think about, those perspectives that my team and I gathered before our session today, but I want you to consider them when you think about this proverb from Kenya: the sun does not refuse to shine on a village just because it is small. Now, let's hear a little from Chioma, your own perspective of this proverb, and then after that we are going to listen to the poem that you worked on around this proverb. So take your time, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Simon. I really like the points that you gave today. Like, really, I really like them. So for me, yeah, a lot came up for me when you sent me this proverb, and it came just on, like, the proverb came just in time. Yeah, it came just in time because, like, I was thinking of, like, not stopping my poetry challenge, my 365 days, but I was thinking of, like, taking a break and, like, not necessarily sharing, like, still writing for myself, but, like, not sharing. And then this proverb came in and kind of had me rethinking all that. So for me, like, this proverb speaks to like the fact that we shouldn't put value, like, numbers shouldn't dictate the value of something. Like, the amount of something shouldn't dictate the value of something. And even if something is small, we should still give to it the way we give to anything. This really made me think a lot about, like, how much we attach value to numbers, especially, like, in the Western world and, like, here in the US. Like, if you make $1 billion, like, you're more important, you're more valuable. If you have 1 million followers, you're more valuable. If you're this age, you're more valuable. And that's not true, and that's also not good. Like, it also had me thinking of, like, COVID, which was, like, it was really disgusting, like, during the height of COVID, but you just saw how much people didn't value, like, certain people or numbers. It'd be like, oh, just 100 people died there, or like, oh, the person was 70, so it was, and I was just like, are you kidding me? Like, so these lives don't matter. So it really had me thinking of that. It also had me thinking of the saying, like, what you do with a little dictates what you do with a lot. So if you commit to a little, you show up big for a little, that's also how you're gonna do it for like a lot. And like your character to like one person, to that person who may be considered small or little or poor or whatever, like how you treat that person dictates how you treat other people, like your character and who you really are. So that came up for me. Also, like I was thinking of like the sun itself. Like sometimes people get discouraged because they see little or only a little bit of people show up, and it's like that doesn't dictate like who the sun is. Like the sun is still the sun. The sun still shines big. You know what I mean? So don't let numbers fool you. So that's some of the things that came up to me when I saw this proverb. And it was just definitely like an encouragement to continue like going and continue doing what I do and showing up daily with my poetry. So thank you for sharing it, Simon, and for choosing this. This is a really good one.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks to my team too. The team in Kenya, Stella, Steve, Lavender, they help these days with choosing the proverbs that we discuss. And, it's just nice. It's just nice to have some help. But also for the people who are helping to be so invested in this program. I just love how this proverb also describes this space, and what you're saying, it's so connected to yesterday's proverb. Yesterday's proverb was about patience, about how if you want to get rid of a hedge, you just take it one thorn bush at a time. And the guest is someone you should actually meet. Yesterday's guest was Natalie Kotesi, who is a Jamaican poet, and she has published a few books. You definitely have to connect with Natalie. Anyway, yeah, she shared a Jamaican poem with us that says, "One cocoa." No, a Jamaican proverb, one cocoa, full basket. Little by little, you get to where you want to go. So I really love today's conversation. If you're just joining us, we are talking about the power of being content, and and how a lot of people always think that to be successful or to be happy, you have to always, all the time, you're just striving for more, and how numbers can be an illusion sometimes. So Chioma, first I want to invite everyone who is with us in the room, please join us on the stage, and also please share the link to this room across all social media platforms, on Clubhouse, and if you're on YouTube, I want to see your comments. We want to hear what you all have to say in the comments. Share with us where you are and what this proverb means to you. Chioma, I'll let you continue with the poem.
Okay. Also, just want to shout out some folks on YouTube. I see my sister Rayvon, my friend Waitel, and I know Sonya's on there. So I just want to shout y'all out. Those of y'all on YouTube, we see y'all. All right. So the poem. All right. Each one teach one, small but mighty, 2 fish, 5 loaves. Where 2 or 3 are gathered, God is there. Don't you know that little is more than enough? That one is enough of a life to save, to keep living for. Don't let numbers fool you into thinking that impact isn't far reaching, or that touching a life isn't touching many. Don't you know the sun does not refuse to shine on a village just because it is small? Be like the sun, confident, consistent, unbiased with its shine. And that's what I have for today.
Wow, thank you. Be like the sun, unbiased, consistent, and
confident.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah. And the sun definitely does not choose where it shines, you know. So thank you. Thank you so much, Chioma. I love this one. And if you're just joining us, I see that there are a number of people who are just joining us. You missed an amazing poem. You can either replay, or if Chioma is nice to us, she might play it at she might do it at the end. Do you have another one, or you want to do the same one at the end of our conversation?
It depends. I could do this one, or I could do another one, because I have one that's related, but it just depends. I could do this one again.
Yeah. Anyhow, I want to hear this one, you know, but I have the privilege of hearing it in the recording. If you have another one, I want to hear that one too. I want to hear them all.
It's so funny.
You know, sometime if you have a moment and you're in the show right now on Clubhouse, just take a second, check out Chioma's Instagram. It's just poems, you know. Every post is a poem. So you know, one day we should do a session where you just read the poems on your Instagram, and I think that could take hours. Anyhow,
actually.
yeah. I just want you to now take us on a journey, you know, hopefully in your childhood, when you hear this proverb, the sun does not refuse to shine on a village just because it is small. What does it remind you of?
Honestly, my mind immediately went to like performing. So when I was younger, I was a part of a performing arts training program that I would do like after school and during the summer. And they'd always be like, "You gonna give a show. Don't matter who is in the audience or not. Like, you're gonna give a show." And I remember one day, one day, there was literally only 4 people in the audience. And this is a theater that holds like at least 200, probably more people. So you can imagine like looking out, and there's literally only 4 people. And it was really funny because those 4 people came together. So they were like all sitting in one like area. So it wasn't even like they were spread out. Like they were all sitting in one area. And I remember, you know, our teacher, she came to us and she was like, "Look, not a lot of people out there, but y'all got to perform." And the thing is, she just said it wasn't a lot of people. And the one thing about like the actors is like, if you were the first to go on, like you were the first person to kind of like scout out like who was in the audience. So like when you left stage, you'd go off and you'd be like, "Oh my God, there's only like 2 people in the audience, there's 4 people." And I just remember that day, the person came back and they were like, "Literally, there's only 4 people in the audience, y'all." And they're right on the left, like literally. And we went out. We gave a show. We gave one hell of a show. Like it was a great show. Those 4 people loved it. They were so responsive. And like even after the show, they were just talking about like how good it was and how much it mattered. And like that to me was just kind of like a sign, like literally it doesn't matter how many people like are out there. Like you still have to go in and give your all. Like don't lessen the quality of your work because of who's there. Don't think you're less than because of who's there. It's like it's not that at all. You know what I mean? So that was something that really came up to me. Like I just really remember that day. It was literally like 4 people all on the left. And they were looking at us like they were into it though. And yeah, so that's the one thing that I thought of.
That's so moving. That story that you just shared there is just so moving. It's so encouraging for me because I am someone who is always starting something new, and a lot of the time I'm always stuck with it for a while, for a long time. And then you realize that the community is actually watching and that you have people who are actually supporting, and they're probably those 4 people, but they're so committed than like 400 people, you know. So it's your choice. Do you want 4 committed people or 400 people who are just liking your posts on social media?
Yes, Simon.
Anyhow, recently, about 2 weeks, I attended an amazing session on Zoom that you facilitated. It was called The Creator in You, and I want you to talk about it. I want you to talk about why you did it, what what inspired you to come up with it, and what you feel that was what made you so happy after it ended, because even me, after this episode ends, there's something that I'm going to be so excited about, that I'm always going to remember, like you just giving all your heart out to the 4 people that showed up for this event where you guys were performing at. That memory, that picture stuck with you until this moment, so share with us the creator in you and a little more about it.
Okay, so the Creator in You was a workshop that I facilitated, and it was actually really inspired by just the years, the year I spent writing, and also the time I spent writing with my friend. We spent like a long time writing, and a lot of the writing we did was free writing. And so I was just amazed by the power of free writing and the power of like writing in community. What like came up was just like how oftentimes we like censor ourselves or we try to correct ourselves, and how that kind of like kills like our natural creativity. So like the power of free writing is that you can't think too much, you can't cross things out, you can't like, you just have to write, like just let it flow, just let it come out. And oftentimes like I'm just surprised by what comes out, or even if I don't like what comes out, just that letting go has like creates a space for me then to create more things. So I was just amazed by like what like happened to me, like doing this sort of free writing consistently and writing in community with my friend, like just the beauty that came out of it. I was just like, I want other people to like experience this. I want to experience this with more people. Like I love my friend, like my friend really inspired it, but I was like, it can't just be us, and then like, when you're out, like I want to have this space, with like other people. And so I kind of wanted to see what this session would be like with other people. And also, to be honest with you, like I'm gonna be real, like God kind of put it on me because it was National Poetry Month in April, and God was just like, do a workshop. And I was like, what? I was like, no. I was like scared, to be completely honest. Even though like it was something I thought about, I was really scared. And I just know when I was like thinking about it and creating it, I was even struggling to sort of like find the name. And then I really thought about what the process of free writing and writing in community did with me. And then like one morning it was like, the creator in you. Like it shows that there's like a creator in us, like naturally in us. Like there's a God in us, and then there's a creative person in us, just by nature. And so I wanted people to experience that, whether you call yourself a writer or not. Like I just wanted you to experience that like freedom and sort of expressing and like writing and letting go. So that was kind of like the why for this session. And I really wanted this space to focus specifically. I wanted to do it with just Black folks first. I wanted to be like a really intimate and safe space as well. And like I feel like in this world, and especially in the US of A, like we're never allowed just like safe space to just be without harm coming our way or without having to censor what we say and things like that. So I was just very like adamant that this particular session be, that space where we free write, it's Black folk, and we're like in community. So that's kind of the why. Hopefully that answers your question, Simon.
You did.
Okay,
I
great.
felt that you accomplished that. As a creative, a podcaster, and someone who loves writing, an author. Now I can call myself an author.
Hey.
Yeah. So I feel that moment reminded me of actually when I was a student, just being in the workshop, the creator in you, and seeing familiar faces. I saw Johnny No Good. He was the only person I knew, but the other people were new to me, and so it felt like a real learning environment. Where you really don't know who is next. You don't know what they're thinking about the same prompt, because everybody is writing about the same prompt, And then it's free writing. It's guided, but it's not guided, But the time guides how long you write, So even if you don't write and think, you're still doing something, Anyhow, I just appreciate it. I just appreciate it so much. And I just want to welcome everyone who is just joining us. This is the African Father in America podcast. My name is Simon Okelo, and I have an amazing guest, Chioma Sheri, who has been a guest a few times and is going to be a guest here with us a few more times. We've been doing these Wednesday sessions together where Chioma joins me. She takes these African proverbs and turns them into poems. Chioma, since we started this, speaking about this proverb that talks, that is trying to teach us that contentment can lead to great success than complacency. How has it been doing this every Wednesday? I don't know if we've surpassed 15 times yet, but I just want you to speak to that.
To be honest, I remember when you first asked me, I was kind of nervous. I was like, can I do it? Am I going to be able to do it? Make a poem every Wednesday? Is it going to be good enough? I was nervous, so many things. I was just so nervous. But honestly, just being here and being in this space has done so much for me. And also just seeing the people that do show up and show up consistently, I'm like, oh my goodness, just my soul and my spirit feels so good. Just being here has been a teaching on how to be consistent. It's been a teaching on how to not worry so much, because there were some days I'm freaking out and I'm like, but I have this community here that support me. Simon, you're always so supportive. You'll make sure I'm okay. And I'm like, I don't have to worry so much. I don't have to think, oh, my work is not good enough, because some days some poems may hit harder than others, but that doesn't because it doesn't hit one day, it doesn't necessarily lessen who I am as a writer. And it doesn't lessen anything about the space. So yeah, it's just been really a teaching and a strengthening as well. It's been strengthening my muscles and encouraging me more to be a little more out there. Cause yeah, when you asked me about this, I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be on YouTube. So yeah, it's definitely been special, and it's definitely been I think what I needed, but didn't know I needed. So thank you.
I feel the same way. I feel exactly the same way. I feel that I learn a lot from this room. I learn a lot about myself. I learn a lot about why I'm doing this recording of a podcast episode every Monday to Friday, because I feel like I'm preparing for a bigger task. I just don't know what it is, but I feel like I'm just getting ready.
You are, Simon. I think something that also I think is so beautiful about what you're doing is you're showing up. When I Google African proverbs, you're showing up. The stuff that you put out here, it's showing up. And I think about the future people who may come and maybe Googling African proverbs and want to learn more about African proverbs. The fact that this space will come up and they can sit and listen to so many different perspectives from people from all over, from people from the continent. That's such a big deal. So yeah, your work is not going unnoticed. Your work is powerful, and people are going to come back to it later and be moved and still be moved by it. So.
Wow, thank you. That's payment for a year, what you just said. Anyhow, if you're just joining us, this is the African Father in America podcast. We are on Clubhouse, and you should follow the African Father in America club on Clubhouse if you haven't. If you're already following the club, please nominate a few people to join this village. And if you're just joining us, my guest today is Chioma Sheri. She's an amazing poet and writer, and we've been talking about, the work that she's been doing as a poet, but also she has been supporting this show by joining me every Wednesday and creating a poem out of the proverbs that we share on Wednesdays. And now we want to move on to I want you to share with everyone who is in the audience, watching, Chioma, and also listening, how they can stay connected with you, where they can find more information about you, your work, and support. But before you do that, I want us to, first of all, I want to give Mkenya Marikani TV, Mkenya Marikani Gary Wainaina has also joined us on YouTube. He's a big YouTuber in the Kenyan African community. So thank you for supporting. He's also an amazing musician. He has performed at Madaraka Festival. So just thank you for joining us. And Sonia West, thank you for joining us as well on YouTube. And I see Waitsel Jones and Ravon. Thank you all for joining us and for sharing your comments on YouTube. And to also everyone on Clubhouse, thank you so much. Remember to share this conversation on Twitter, on Facebook, on all the other platforms that you're on. And also, if you want to catch a different side of this conversation, you should subscribe to the the Raise Your Consciousness blog on my website. My team and I are writing amazing blogs out of these proverbs that we would love for you to take a look at and leave your comments over there as well. So for now, I want to come to you, our beautiful audience, but I want to start with Simply E. Simply E, you saw when we were beginning this Wednesday sessions with Chioma, and how much it takes to get anything off the ground. I want you to just take a moment, share with us your own perspective on today's proverb, and also, if you want, you can connect this to Africa Day, because we are doing Africa Day on May 25th, and we just need to hear your voice on it, since you were deeply involved last year. The floor is yours, Simply.
I'm looking forward to Africa Day as well. It was, oh my gosh, I was just looking yesterday at some bio stuff and I included it because it was so beautiful. Um, I have to think right now about what Shioma said, be like the sun, and so going back to the proverb, the sun does not refuse to shine on a village just because it is small. Um, that means anybody can receive what the sun has. Um, Anybody. It doesn't make you more or less special, even though you can be very special receiving it. But the gift of it is that we're all equal, right? So you can be sometimes when you're a big giant, you need to be kind of humbled at times, and sometimes when you're not when you don't speak up for yourself, you need to kind of become bigger. And I think it's beautiful just looking at this and thinking about it from that perspective is so awesome. Simon, thank you again also for your wishes, your well wishes as I'm working through some things with my family. I appreciate you. You are being the sun.
Thank you so much, Simply E. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for your presence and for for your contribution as well. Stella, how are you? How are you doing? And where are you joining us from? And also, what are your perspective on today's proverb? Thank you so much for your continued support. By the way, if you are meeting Stella for the first time, she's part of the One Vibe team in Kenya, and she's deeply involved with making this conversation possible. The same applies to Lavender, who has joined us in the room. So follow them and learn more about them, on their own socials.
Thank you, Simon. Hello. Hi, everyone. My name is Stella from Kenya. And today's proverb reminds me of something I learned yesterday about growth mindset and the power of yet. And I was just learning that nowadays we want more instant Like you want things now, instant gratification, rather than keep putting in more effort day in, day out, so that you keep growing, you keep going through those challenges, you make effort, and you just look back and see the progress. So I think it's important for us to have that growth mindset and always keep working, keep implementing strategies to help us grow rather than achieving things now and then you don't know what next. Yeah, so that's what I learned from the proverb. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Stella. It's always refreshing just hearing your voice and hearing what you have to say. So thank you for your wisdom. As you're speaking, I was thinking not even about, for me, a lot of the time, I have to think about what I do, what takes a lot of commitment for me that this proverb relates to. And I've been sharing a lot about the daily African proverbs, but I just want to also speak to this moment. Like every moment has this kind of feeling, whether you're going to be content with that moment or you just want to focus on the next moment. And I'm learning that I'm becoming more relaxed, and I'm getting to really understand what everyone is sharing during our sessions here. And that's something that is new and really fulfilling for me, satisfying, that I didn't get to have even last week. So I just appreciate you all for making this space where you want to pour your wisdom and pour your hearts and build together. So Thoth, I want to pass you the microphone. Share with us where you're joining us from, and also what your perspectives are on this Kenyan proverb. It says, "The sun does not refuse to shine on a village just because it is small." I think Thoth, you might be farther away from your mic, so we will jump to Mimi. Mimi, how are you doing? It's been a while. Thoth is back too. So we'll hear quickly from Thoth and then come to you, Mimi. Thank you so much.
Hello, good morning. Sorry, Simon, I was doing something. I quickly had to run when I heard my name. Good morning. I'm connecting from California. As the quote implies, the sun does not refuse to shine on the village because it's small. For me, I feel like, I put it into the aspect of life. When you look at everyone in life, we all have different talents and abilities. And it doesn't matter if you're tall or short, fat or skinny, big or small, you know, everyone is talented and have their own abilities, and if you put that into the principles of life, you would understand that one key principle is that it is not by size that we succeed. It is not by how tall you are that you succeed. It is by striving to doing better, to getting what you want, striving for success that you succeed. Each person on earth has a purpose, whether tall, short, big or small. And so I feel like God's blessings comes to every one of us, and success is there for every one of us. So as much as you don't, look down on yourself, you don't believe to your abilities, you don't talk short of what you feel you can achieve in life, it can be as big as anybody, and that implies to the sun. So, and also do not underestimate anyone because everyone is important. That's my take on this.
Wow. Yes, that's true. That's true. I appreciate that so much. Everyone is important. I think those will stay with me for a long time. Mimi, how are you doing, and what are your perspectives on today's proverb from Kenya?
Hi, Simon. It's good to see you again. Let me tell you, I am doing so good. And I just want to say that I'm from the mountains of the United States. And I want to affirm everyone and everything that's been said here today and always in your room, Simon, especially Shioma and you, Simon. Thank you. Um, I've been on this stage many times, but I've changed a lot recently, as sometimes life does. And the community you have built is so powerful and beautiful, Simon. And I just want to affirm that in you because it's helped me so much through a really tough time. And I think it helps a lot of people. I know that this is healing the world, that you are healing the world. And I just want to thank you for that and thank everyone in this room for their wisdom.
Thank you so much, Mimi, for your kind and powerful words. Lavender, how are you doing? I just want to check if you're in a place where you can speak, because you had let me know the other day that you might just be in listening mode. So, and Mike, if you'd like to say something.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Simon, for the opportunity to speak. My name is Lavender Toya. In Nairobi, Kenya. It's evening here, and I'd like to thank everyone for being here with us to share your wisdom with us. It's a great opportunity to learn from you all. My perspective on today's topic is so much so same as what Thought said about it doesn't matter your capacity, age, or achievements in life, but success comes in all forms and sizes. You might be starting, but each step is important for growth. I don't think I'd say more than everything that has been shared so far. Lavender, and I'm done speaking.
Thank you, Lavender. That's just gentle but really powerful, you know.
Yeah, Lavender.
It leaves us. It leaves.
That's it.
Yeah, it's. I used to have a friend who was a comedian in Kenya, and you know, if you said something that left people wanting more, they would say that's a very pregnant statement, you know, because you're leaving people with so much more that could be birthed out of what you say. So I just appreciate you for your wisdom and for joining us and for all your support with making this possible. I want to welcome Pasa and Ashley to the room. Jay, it's always wonderful to see you. I truly appreciate your support as well. And now Chioma, share with us what you grasped from all our beautiful guests and speakers on Clubhouse, and also just your closing comments, and then end with how people can really connect with you, what you're working on right now that you'd like them to show up and support.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to speak to some of the highlight things that came out for me. So Simon, you said being content allows you to focus on the positive, which can give you the drive to like keep going and keep working hard. And you said contentment can breed success. And I really like that. Yeah, I really like that. Contentment can breed success. Especially in a world that we're always told like more, and gotta do more. And it's like contentment can breed success. Like you'd be surprised. And then Stella mentioned growth mindset and the power of yet, which I really like, the power of yet. And Thought said, it's not by sight that we succeed. I thought that was just really powerful. Like, it's not by sight that we succeed. To me, like that spoke to like faith. That spoke to like hope and just continuing. And then Thought also said it's about striving. Each person has purpose. Success is there for every one of us. don't underestimate anyone because everyone is important. So yes, don't underestimate anyone because everyone is important. Lavender, I just love how you came with your like 1-2 liner. You're like, that's all. Because what you said really hit. And I think there's so much beauty in saying success comes in all forms and sizes. Like, because even what we consider to be successful should be challenged sometimes. You know what I mean? Because oftentimes we think successful is big numbers and a lot all the time. But you said success comes in all forms and sizes. Then you said each step is important to our growth. So like not undervaluing like this first step or this second step. Like all of that is important. And so that really resonated with me. Um, and yes, so those are my highlights from what you all shared. I really did appreciate them so much.
Hold on, Chioma. You are going to say the poem again, right?
I can do that one. Yes.
Okay, yeah, we have a few minutes. So you say the poem, and then you share your closing remarks with how people can stay connected with you and support your work.
Yes, and can I
Perfect.
I see brother. I think brother might have initially been on, but then when it
Yeah.
came, yeah, I think
Yeah,
brother.
him and I have been chatting a lot on YouTube. I have been trying to bring him on stage on Clubhouse, but it's not just working, you know?
Oh,
Yeah, I've turned
brother,
her.
we see you, okay? And we appreciate you being here, right? So thank you.
Yeah, brother is, he's the village elder here,
Always here.
He's the village elder. Okay, anyhow, brother, so I'll add you as a co-host tomorrow and going forward. That way, when you come to the Daily African Proverbs, you are directly on the stage. And also, anybody else who wants me to add you on as a co-host, because that way you have, you have the Daily African Proverbs on your events on Clubhouse, and you can easily share it and just help us spread the word. So if you'd like for me to add you as a co-host, because it's Monday to Friday and you are all already showing up, please let me know on Instagram. Just send me an Instagram message and I will make sure I do that. Then the other thing is Africa Day is May 25th. You see that I have already been given an official Africa Day profile picture, and I want you all to have those so that we can all go across Clubhouse and also update our other social media handles and just have a great Africa Day celebration this year. We are going to be on Clubhouse for 24 hours. We have a poetry room, 1 hour of poetry with different poems being led by 100% from Ghana is curating that segment. And then we have a music segment where we will have several artists from across the world. Then we have speakers. There are different topics from African spirituality to how Africa is represented in popular culture, to whistleblowing and corruption, and bringing activists who are exposing corrupt politicians and companies across Africa, retribution, where we will be talking about the artifacts from Africa that are being returned to African museums. We'll be inviting experts from various organizations. So join us and save the date. And also, if you want to be a speaker, send me a direct message on Instagram. If you want to be a volunteer, send me a direct message on Instagram. My handle is @Okelo Javan. Thank you so much. Chioma, back to you.
Thank you, Simon. Just again, if we wanted to update our picture, we should message you as well.
Yes. Just send me a DM with a picture that you want to use and a short bio if you want to be a speaker, and then I'll respond to you with the program of the whole event. Then you'll pick which topic aligns with you, where you want to contribute as a speaker, and then you'll be able to see other speakers who are already listed there, and we'll quickly work on your Africa Day promo picture, and we can make it great. We can make it great. We are already, yeah, it's going to be amazing, and I just want as many of you, our people who are here right now, to help make it happen, and also those who are watching and listening. We want you to join us in making Africa Day 2022 the most memorable.
Yeah, it's crazy that Africa Day is around again, Simon. When you said that, I was like, oh my goodness. So I've been in this space for over a year.
I know,
I'm
I
so
know.
grateful. It's amazing. I was just like blown away. Oh my goodness. All right, so I'll read the poem again. Well, actually, I'll tell you all how you all can, I guess, support me and follow me. Then I'll close with the poem. So you all can support me by following me on IG, chioma.cherie. You can support me by supporting the spaces that I believe in. So coming to the Daily African Proverb, sharing it, sharing about Africa Day. I am in the works of like creating more things, so I'll have more opportunities of ways that you all can support me. But yeah, right now it's just like sharing my work, sending me words of encouragement. That can go a long way. All right, so the poem, I'm gonna close with the poem I opened with. All right. Each one teach one, small but mighty. 2 fish, 5 loaves. Where 2 or 3 are gathered, God is there. Don't you know that little is more than enough? That one is enough of a life to save, to keep living for. Don't let numbers fool you into thinking that impact isn't far reaching, or that touching a life isn't touching many. Don't you know the sun does not refuse to shine on a village just because it is small? Be like the sun, confident, consistent, unbiased with its shine.
Yeah, that summarizes this perfectly. We are unbiased with African wisdom. And I really, really want to thank you, Chioma, for taking the time and just blessing us with your wisdom and your gift. And to all our listeners and audience members, if you're on YouTube, thank you. Please, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, remember to subscribe. Remember to push the bell button, the notification button on YouTube, so that when we are live again, you can be amongst the first to be notified. But importantly, leave us a comment. Let us know how you feel about today's conversation, and also let us know who else you want to see me interview here in the Daily African Proverbs. Chioma, I'm looking for other guests, for Mondays and Tuesdays and Fridays. But tomorrow we have Gogo Rutendo Ngara, and every Thursday she's a spiritual leader from South Africa. So Chioma, I'm looking for guests for Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll get some folks.
Thank you so much. Yeah, and if you want to be a guest, you can also reach out to Stella, who is on the stage on Clubhouse, and Lavender, who is on the stage on Clubhouse. Just send them a direct message, or send me a direct message on on Instagram or Twitter, and we will be able to get back to you. I'm grateful, and with that, we are wrapping up our session for today. Chioma, thank you so much.
Thank you.
African father in America.
Chioma, this is Simon. I heard Lavender's voice, so I just want to create space. Go ahead, Lavender.
I'm sorry, and thank you so much. I didn't want to miss the opportunity to invite everyone for our conversation today. Later today, I think it's in a few hours, it will be 11:19 Pacific Standard Time. It's our travel conversations, but today's topic will be Africa, the global destination for investment and business. I'd like to see you all there. Thank you so much, Simon.
Perfect. You all had that. That's going to be in the One Vibe Africa Club here on Clubhouse. It's the Travel in Africa conversations that happen every Wednesday around 11 a.m. PST. Thank you, Lavender. I will be there, but I'll be a little late today, so forgive me. Thank you, and we are going to wrap up our session like that.
African father in America. Tujikaze, tujikaze, jikaze. Tujikaze, tujikaze, jikaze. African father in America. Tujikaze, tujikaze, jikaze.
You are listening to African Father in America podcast by Simon Javan Okelo, live from Seattle, Washington, USA.